Welcome back to Briggs on Books, our international talk show where we talk to authors from all over the world. By the way, we were just talking a little bit ago to a paginator. Did you know when you finish writing your book, you have to make it fit perfectly on the page? All these things go into getting books out there. Many of our viewers are still writing, haven't got to the end of their writing. That's why I like to have guests on who've done it, who've written a book and got it published and got through all that. And our next guest from Rankin, Georgia is Kate Porter. Welcome, Kate.
Hi, thank you for allowing me to join you.
And by the way, congratulations on not just one book, but how many do you have out now?
13.
13 books.
Lucky 13.
Before we go too far, I'm just going to pop up the cover here of I think this is your latest book, The Weapons They Use.
Yes, The Weapons They Use.
Yeah. And then there was how many? 12 before that?
Yes, sir.
In fact, also I'm going to pop up here a graphic you sent of a series, Team Nightly series.
The Team Nightly series is it's a paranormal suspense about a team of vampire slayers called Uchasore, whose bloodlines date back to the original 9 Knights Templar.
Yeah. And then here's the book I've read the most about is Secrets in Bethlehem. Was that your first book or?
Yes, that was my debut novel,
yeah.
Secrets in Bethlehem.
Yeah. How do you feel when people
in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania?
How do you feel when people say, "I've heard of this book"?
It's kind of surreal in a lot of ways. It makes me feel very proud and vindicated, actually validated, I should say. Well, it's validated as an author.
Yeah, when it came out and people were talking about it, it's kind of a thing that people were talking about. There's DNA, everybody's getting their DNA done. They're cloning. Should we clone? Should we not clone? And this book is a little bit about that, Secrets in Bethlehem.
Yes, it is. It's about a group of some of the world's most powerful men called the Committee, who have done an illegal cloning experiment with DNA they collected from the Shroud of Turin.
Yes. Now, I can never get anybody to tell me who was cloned. They always say, you have to read the book. I'm not telling you. So I guess that's a spoiler. But I can kind of guess.
Actually, the little boy, a 5-year-old boy,
yeah,
was the result of the cloning experiment.
Yeah, I got that, but I didn't know who they had cloned. And we know it wasn't aliens or anything like that. So
right.
We'll have to read the book to find out.
Correct.
Let's get to your most current book, The Weapons They Use. Tell us a little bit about that book.
The Weapons They Use, the original The Weapons They Use was a screenplay that I had written. I used that as the outline for the book, and I got the idea right after the 2017 mass shooting in Las Vegas. I just had to figure out, I knew there was something causing all of these mass shootings, and my muse just kind of took off with it.
Took off, and you needed to create a book. You felt you needed to write a book. You'd already written the story mostly for the screenplay?
The screenplay the book expands on the screenplay. It tells how the characters grow from their definition of what is real and what isn't. Mm-hmm. What they believe is real and what they don't believe in. Like Lieutenant Sam Jackson, the lead character in the book, he's a career Marine, both combat boots planted firmly in reality. He does not believe in paranormal or aliens, and his twin brother Seth ends up killing over 100 people during a mass shooting. Mm-hmm. And Sam has to find out what was behind it and how it happened and why.
Yeah. And what would you call the genre of this book?
It could be anywhere from speculative to science fiction, soft science fiction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people, there's so many books to read out there now. A lot of people always say, well, I'm just going to look for my genre. But that's why I
read in several different genres.
Uh-huh. By the way, are all of your books fiction?
Yes, all of my books are fiction. I do have one children's book that I just put out last year. But all of my books, except for that one, are for adults.
Right. So that's my next question. Who's going to read this book, The Weapons They Use?
Anybody that believes or even doesn't believe, because of all of the popularity and their new releases from the government. The news has been showing all of these updated videos of flying saucers and everything. I think everybody would probably, most people who are into the genre would love it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mashup. I guess you could say it's a mashup between Manchurian Candidate and Independence Day.
How fun. It does sound like a movie, by the way.
Actually, I have it as the script. I have two scripts, one as a feature film and one as a television pilot. Both based on this book.
That'd be good. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Now, by the way, I have on the screen your web address, kate-porter.net. What would our viewers find there?
They would find an introductory video of me. They would find all of my books, a little background of each book, and links to where they can get the books.
Right. Yeah, I am one of those who's always looking for my next book, and what a great resource. You could go to Kate's website there and look up the books, read about the books. I got a feeling if they read one of your books, they're going to want to read more of your books.
Probably. I hope so. That's the hope.
Yeah. So this is your first, the Bethlehem, the Secrets in Bethlehem. And then tell us a little more about this series on the vampires, Team Nightly. Where's it set?
Nightly.
Where's it set? What realm or period in the world is it?
It's current day, set in Savannah, Georgia. Each book can be read as standalone, and each book is focused on from the point of view POV of a specific team member. The first book is Chase Knightley, Luchasore, and a little story behind that. When I first started writing this story, Chase Knightley, Luchasore, even the name Chase Knightley as the title character was supposed to be a parody of all the vampire books and stories and movies coming out. But as I was doing the character bios and the outline and everything, it's like the characters were just taking me in a completely different way than I had originally planned on. And that's how the series was born.
Yeah. And who's going to, I know a lot of people love this genre. Is this for anyone? Is it?
I would say 18 and over. That people who love paranormal romance, paranormal suspense, vampires, werewolves, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I tell you how many books I've read when you finish the book and you say, where do the people go? What happens next? And you have a whole series, and I love that. I love a series of books, a long series. How many books are in the series?
Right now, there are 5 books in this series. I'm working on book 6, which is going to hopefully come out by the end of the summer, called Simon Says. Simon
Says. All right. Well, so for our viewers, get started on the first 5 because the 6th one is coming. I'm going to finish up here by putting up the cover again of the weapons they use, and just anything you want to add about yourself, the books, message to our viewers.
My biggest thing is I love to read. I love to write. My first short story was published in my high school newspaper when I was 15. And my biggest advice to anybody who wants to be a writer is once you have that first draft, write, rewrite, and then get an editor.
Get the editor, yeah. Great advice.
Yes.
I'm one who sees mistakes in books all the time, so the editor is a good idea. Do you also have readers? You have people read the books and.
Yes, I do. Beta readers are one of the author's greatest tools.
Yeah, and what do they find errors or continuity issues?
Yeah, they do. They find that continuity issues. They plot holes. whatever, and sometimes they will say, maybe we should go this way. It's the writer is the one who is the creator of the story, and they can either take the advice of their readers or not.
Or not,
And
that's right.
yeah, book reviews are the biggest thing. They can be used as tools to help writers hone the craft.
Yeah.
So that's what we
That's
focus
great.
on, or try to.
Well, Kate, I love getting somebody on the show who's done it again and again and again. How long does it take you to write a book?
It depends. Secrets in Bethlehem took me about 10 years.
10 years, yeah. The first
Chase
one.
Nightly Luchasaurus took me about 3 months.
3 months, okay. And
Right.
is the publishing process getting easier, getting past the hurdles?
I publish through Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
and I have been looking for an agent, but that is a very competitive issue right there, because a lot of agents are looking for something specific. You just have to find the right one at the right time.
Kate, I could talk to you all day long. You're fascinating and intriguing, and you've done it. You're getting them out there again and again. But thank you for your time, and hopefully you'll come back on our show again and again.
I'd love to. Thank you.
And for our viewers, don't go anywhere. We have more authors coming up right after this.